Hey y'all, it's Mira, and if you're new here, welcome. What I do on my channel is review some of our favorite shows every week faithfully. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, make sure you subscribe. And if you're not new, welcome back. I already told y'all what it was hitting for. I already told y'all I was gonna be back this week. So of course I got my notes and we got our show. So let's get right into it. So on this episode, we open up with Keely in the kitchen actually doing something, honey. Actually cooking what looks to be a good little meal, a good little breakfast. But of course, she's simultaneously talking shit with the twins because it wouldn't be Keely if it wasn't a little mess being talked in every single scene she's in. So what gets me about Miss Keely is, honey, she does not miss the opportunity to take a shot at Miss Aubrey O'Day, honey. In her confessional, she lets it be known that she thinks that Aubrey is lazy, entitled, and spoiled. Lazy, entitled, and spoiled. The lazy part is what got me. That's the key and a half. But we just gonna move on. Of course, Aubrey overhears it because no conversation in this house goes unheard, honey. They can't sneak this to save their lives because every time they diss, they never do it sneakily and somebody always overhears. And it's usually the person being talked about. So, of course, Aubrey listens in on every little thing that's being said. And once she's done eavesdropping, she goes and have a conversation with Misha. Misha is on the fence like always. And Irish eventually joins in the conversation. Of course, Irish is still riding the high of Aubrey letting her be the honorary queen. So, of course, they're Team Aubrey at the moment and iffy about the twins who also talk shit about them weekly. So, of course. So we move on to the next scene and See the World comes in and she wants to know what's going on with that title. And the girls all say they're all on the same page about their names being Blueprint. And you could see it all over Miss Aubrey's face immediately. Not only was she not happy about not being involved in the process, but she simply, like me, does not like the name. I do not like the name either. But Aubrey, at the same time, when you were sick all last episode or hiding in your room to talk on the phone with your friends, of course, these are the type of things you miss. You miss things like coming up with a title for the group that you're in. So they go on with that title, honey. But so then the girls also learn that some of their old members will be coming to hear what they've worked on so far. And I'm just like, I wonder who's coming with for Aubrey, because as far as I know, Danny Kane ain't that cool. Like, I don't remember it always being such a cordial, fallout between them. So I don't know who will really show up from the group in support of her, but I am interested to see next week, as well as just the fact that nobody wants to just go embarrass themselves in front of the people that they used to work with. So I'm sure all the women are just feeling that pressure, especially knowing how far they are or aren't. And we also learned that it is time to vote for a new queen. And as we know, Keely going to do two things. Take that back, three things. Three things every episode. She's going to drink some wine in her pajamas. She's going to be messy as hell. And she's going to vote herself a queen, honey. I gotta give it to her. She is the queen of consistency because she is going to consistently vote for her damn self, even though nobody in that house is gonna do it. Like, literally, she has one vote every week, and that one vote is herself. So there ends up being a tie between Fallon, Aubrey, and Misha for the queen. And woo, Fallon is immediately trying to throw a flag on the play. She doesn't think that Miss Aubrey should even be in the running, considering they know that one of them votes from Aubrey came from herself. But according to the rules, because there is a tie and she is the current queen, she gets to decide who will be the next queen. Now, if it was me, little messy old me, look, I'm gonna get my get back old me, I would definitely have voted for myself again. I don't care if y'all didn't like me as a queen. Guess what? Somebody liked me because it couldn't be no tie with me just voting for myself. So, be that as it may, I will be the queen again. But Aubrey was honestly dead on being the queen again. The only thing she knew is she definitely didn't want Miss Fallon to be the queen, so she gave it to Misha. Which I really want to know who else voted for Misha besides herself and her sister, because, well, maybe that's all it took. Now that I'm thinking about it, that could have been all it took, because honestly, who thought Misha would be a good idea to have as a queen when every other episode she's crying and talking about going home? But I digress. We gonna go on as they did. So the twins approach Aubrey about the drama with Elijah, and this is where we see Aubrey get right on into her old manipulative bag, and she just throws Elijah right on under the bus, talking about how the conversation didn't go the way it said he went, and she feels away because afterwards she lost two of her friends in the house and yada yada yada. Girl. So then once Elijah gets there, the twins get to talking to him like, what's good? Because she got her side, you got your side, and as we know, there's always three sides to the story. There's his side, there's her side, and then there's always going to be the truth, because if I'm being honest, neither one of them was being 100% honest. It's one of those instances where you get caught up in the middle, and maybe you realize that you either said things that didn't come out the way you meant them to be said, or you translated things in a different way than they were actually said to you. And I think both are the case. Like, I think Elijah was on the fence because of the way Aubrey presented the things that she said to him, had him feeling like the twins had slighted him, so he took the opportunity to slight them back. And I think that when Aubrey relayed the message, yeah, she threw in pieces of what he said, but she also put 20 on 10 and made it way more than it had to be. So in my opinion, both of them are wrong. And Misha did say one thing on this episode that I actually did agree with, which is that Elijah needs to keep his ass in the studio and out of the women's drama. And I agree with that. Like, as the producer, we should not see you being on this show being messy, honey. Like, we just shouldn't see it. It's not a good look. So I feel like both of them are wrong, and I think both of them are being a little shady. And in turn, nobody knows who to believe, because you really shouldn't believe neither one of them motherfuckers, because they both lying on their own behalf to save their own ass. But in any regard, Aubrey is just making a scene, honey. She didn't call him a whole lot. He's a liar. So she says what's gonna make her sound good, or whatever. So the girls all can agree that Elijah just did too much, but it is what it is. They have to move on. So Fallon decides to bring up the fact then and there that she thinks that they should have voted her for queen, because this is the type of mess that she would get control of. And of course, Misha feels slighted, like, I'm the queen. It don't matter what you think should have happened. It was a tie. Aubrey broke that tie, and you are not the queen, so why even slight me in that way? And of course, the twin has to let it be known that's not what she meant, even though we know that's what she meant. She doesn't think Misha should be the queen. So Cosign said something this episode that I have to applaud him for, because he said, honey, too many chefs in the kitchen, and if this ain't the facts, it's the facts. Like, everybody wants to be known how important they are. Everybody wants it to be known how successful their group was at the time that their groups were together. The twins want to be known for their good producing and their good songwriting, and they want to throw their accolades in everyone's face because they probably do have some of the more recent success. And it's all problematic. It's all the reason why all of these girl groups probably fell apart. And the more we see the twins, the more I understand exactly why the hell Cherish ain't together no more, because who would want to work with y'all? Y'all can't even work with y'all, because at the end of this episode, we see y'all arguing, which nobody expected to see. But I expected it, because let's just go on. Let's just go on, because they get me a little worked up. So the next morning, the girls all listen to one of the tracks, and the twins go ahead and let Pam hop on it. And honey, this is the thing. They throw verses at whoever they like at the moment, and they take them right back whenever they don't. Whenever they don't like them no more, whenever they do something they don't like, snatch, it's over with. They give a verse to take a verse. I think they genuinely like having. So after all the drama with Elijah, Aubrey just cannot handle it. So she decided to disappear, honey. Them girls come upstairs, her bed's gone. All they see is the frame, and they just so concerned about where she went. And I'm like, she couldn't have went that far. And you know she moved the bed so y'all would see that she had been gone. So it's obviously she just wants a little attention. She just wants to say, hey, you know, I'm upset. And the girls all took the bait, you know, they feeling a little bad. They feel like Elijah did come a little hard, blah, blah, blah. So the next morning we get to see some a little light. And I enjoy seeing Shamari and her husband for that moment because I like watching them on Atlanta Housewives, to be honest. Like, I like her husband. We all know who he is and what he contributed to music in the past. Legendary. So it's just good to see them as a couple and drama free. And for the main part, Shamari stays drama free, period, on this show. So it is always good to see a lighter moment versus just always seeing all the drama. But then, of course, we got the drama. So Aubrey comes back the next morning like she never left. Just, girl. Now all of a sudden she wants peace with Keely. You know, I think Aubrey just, she's calculative. Like, she puts together stuff in her head and she knows what she needs to do to get people on her side. And I think she knows that the house is kind of playing in a numbers game type of thing. Like, the person with the most people on their side tends to be the more right, even if they're not right at the moment, because that's just how they rocking and rolling. So she tries to find that peace because I guess she figures if she can get Keely on her side, they can all get back on one accord. So then they start working on the set list. And they just all got me confused because on the phone, Shamari was saying they only got 2 songs. Like, on the list, they have all these songs. But then, of course, all the songs, not even everybody is on. So I think that's where it is for real. They only have 2 songs that everybody's on. So these other songs are just pretty much extra. And this is where the argument comes about the placing of the songs. And it's just like, it's tired at this point. Like, it's given the twins came here to promote their careers. They came here to promote their producing skills, their songwriting skills, so that more people could see what, not only what they've done, but what they can do, and they can get them checks, honey. Because it's clear they don't really want half of these women singing their songs. They don't think some of them deserve to even be on all the songs. That's why when Misha went on her rant about how she deserves more than just 2 little lines on every song, I'm going to tell you this, Misha, we all know why you only getting like 2 verses on each song. I know, you know, the producers know, all the viewers know, the twins know, and it ain't just because of the twins, and it ain't just because they wrote it and they trying to control who's on them. It's because, never mind. I ain't gonna say it. Somebody just talk to her. Somebody let her know why she only has 2 verses on the song. Because I think we all understand, and she's just the only one that's not understanding. Now, what I will say is, Fallon uses her songs that she has written to hold over the other girls' heads, because every time you turn around, it's I did this, I did that. She never misses out on the opportunity to brag. And this is where we see even her and her sister clash, because even Felicia's like, yes, Aubrey was the one who decided we should change the, you know, set list, but I agreed to it. And Fallon's like, no, and I wrote this song, so I think that I should be consulted with anything being discussed about it. And it's just like, you just want to be in control. Just say that. These is your songs and you wrote them so that you control everything. Just say that. Because it's clear what y'all are here to do, and it's not for these women to be singing y'all songs. It's for somebody else bigger to be singing y'all songs. Just say that. So we end on the messiest of messy notes, because Aubrey's in the kitchen basically just saying, you know, why don't we just have Cosign write us a bigger, better hit that's actually like a bop. Like, that's what we want to hear. Something upbeat. All of these songs is like, you know, slow and blah, blah, blah. And the twin is like, oh, well, this is the new upbeat. And Misha's like, well, if this is the new upbeat, honey, I don't want to go to the club no more. Because if this is what y'all listening to, then I don't know. And so now Felicia runs up. Now she's being the messy one. She tells Fallon that Aubrey was down there dissing all the songs she wrote. That is not at all what Aubrey said. She did not say that she didn't write any good songs. She didn't say that it wasn't Bob. She just said that they want to come out with something energetic. They want to come out with something to wake them up to start with. They didn't say let's trash all of these songs. Ain't none of them hype. Ain't none of them this. They're not good. She just said we want to start with something hype. And instead of there being drama because y'all are writing the songs and then dictating everything about it, let's just have the other producer write the song. But I think Felicia was feeling the burn of Fallon getting mad at her from earlier. So she decided to let's just pull some mess and I can get my sister back on my side and we can be the messy twins together. Anyway, honey, they end on that regard, arguing like usual and leaving us wanting to see what's going to happen next week when they actually do their show in front of their old members, honey. I don't have high hopes. I hope they have more than 2 songs and I hope they get that set list together, but we shall see. So y'all make sure y'all like and comment down below y'all thoughts, what y'all think, and anything else y'all want me to react to at that. And subscribe, of course, and I'll see y'all next week.